Previously on Safari Fashion.
Designers, you will be required to work in 2 groups where you'll be expected to make a cohesive collection. And while you work in a group, we'll expect that your signature look comes out, but maintain the cohesiveness of the collection.
I'm with Elsie and Steve. I know Elsie, I trust her, but Steve, I'm not so sure.
Designers. I hope you're well. Now only 5 of you are left, which means you're getting closer and closer to the finish line. Now, as you know, 3 of you are going to be showcasing your final collections in the grand finale. So for these next 2 eliminations, you really have to bring your A game to make sure you get your place in the top 3. Now today's a new day, so a new challenge, and Diana is here to give you the details.
Hello designers. For today's challenge, you will be expected to create a casual menswear look. Remember, there's no more immunity, so the best man wins in every challenge. All the best.
After this, you'll meet with Peggy at your work area, who will then proceed with you with your models and your shopping. Best of luck, and break a leg.
Hi designers. Hi. How are you? This is you. How does it feel only to have the 5 of you left? Excited? Yeah. But so far so good. I'm only here with this bag of mine just for one purpose, to pick our models. I'll call them in. I'll call them in so that we straight away get to pick. Models, please come in. Yeah, so for this challenge, these are our models, and straight away we will go ahead and pick. Alan, you were the winner of last challenge, and so we will give you the opportunity. You get to pick your first model before anybody else. Yeah, so. Renee. Okay, all right. No. Everything has gone bad, so. Steve. Nelvin. Shikuku. Wendy. If a designer has picked you, just exit. Thank you very much for that. So we know where we are. We are only going to take the next 10 minutes to sketch, then straight off we go for shopping. Are we done with this exercise? Let's go. So designers, so you have 30 minutes to do your shopping. So in the next 30 minutes from now, beginning now, take your time, go around, look around, and then after 30 minutes, we'll be good to go.
I haven't got what I'm looking for. There's a certain fabric, cotton, I'm looking for it, but I haven't seen it yet. But I think I'll find it here.
So yeah, me got everything I wanted. I'm ready to go and face these great designers for the top 3.
Shopping. I'm feeling apprehensive. I haven't done this kind of challenge before, so let's hope for the best.
Did everything I wanted. The color choices, they were available, and I'm happy with what I have. Yeah. Last time I did menswear, it became someone's pajamas. So I'm hoping this time I have improved, because that time I was still at school. So I'm believing by this time my skills have sharpened and I'll come out with something good.
I think unlike other challenges, I'll try and finish on time, so that I can look into the nitty-gritties of details. I haven't done menswear before, so this is like the first time I'm doing it, and we have very little time, so I'm just trying to make it work.
I believe I'm advantaged because I've been doing menswear for quite some time, so it's not a new thing to me.
Yeah, if it is a decorative, something like a book.
So I've been doing it for some time now, and it's my comfort zone, so I won't complain. Love it. So what you should expect from Alan today is something creative and out of this world.
Hello designers, it's great seeing you. I hope you're well. Now another elimination is upon us, and for one of you, today is going to be the end of your Safari Fashion Runway journey. It's unfortunate, I know, but at the end of the day, it is a competition and only one fashion designer can win. Now for your challenge this time, it was all about menswear. You were asked to create and design a casual look for men. And you were to use your own inspiration and your own theme. Now, we've never seen any menswear on this runway before, so I'm sure the judges are very eager to see what you came up with. I'd like to introduce your judges today. First, your guest judges. Today you have two of them. First, we have Olive Gashara, who is an image consultant and editor-in-chief at Couture Africa magazine. And your next guest judge is Aloyo Amateshe, who is the representative from Duka Langu online shop. Next, we have Diana Opoti, Africa Fashion PR consultant. And Kathy Obam, a well-known Kenyan fashion designer. Now, I hope you designers are ready. Right, judges, designers, let's begin the show.
Today was a tough challenge, men's challenge, and I felt like even if I'm not, it's not my strongholds, I did a good work. And
walking into the runway, my first look was wow, because when he was walking, the hood was blowing with the wind, so he was looking very cool and edgy, and the model himself modeled very well. He felt the design and he was really confident in it, and you could tell by his walk. I'm very impressed with what I came up with because it was wearable, and this time it wasn't a pajama.
Seeing my garment on the runway, I think I did, considering it's my first time, I think I did a really good job.
Seeing my outfit on the runway, I love the pieces. The model did a great work, the fit, the flow, and he followed all the instructions.
Runway, I saw my outfit and I really loved it. It was a straight killer, headshot I think, and I thought I was going to win. If not me, maybe Shikuku.
I wanna be another man.
Designers, we've had a chance to look at your garments. Kindly leave the runway as we deliberate your scores. Judges, do you think the designers met the challenge?
Yeah, I think they did. It
Yeah.
was actually much better than I expected.
I was pleasantly surprised about some of the fashion items I saw. Of course, I had a few reservations for one or two people, but I think it's a good thing that we saw right there.
Kathy, you've been judging since the beginning. Based on what the designers showcased, what are you feeling?
Today they did themselves, and I think they've been improving with every challenge. And the ladies also surprised me because many ladies are not good with menswear, but you couldn't tell they were made by ladies. So it was surprising.
I'll start maybe with you because I can almost hear something at the tip of your tongue. What was your most surprising look?
The one by Alan. It was well executed.
Yeah.
That was the last model who came in. That was quite something. And the way I looked at it, that is already fit for even the international market. And that's exactly what we're trying to achieve here. Yeah.
For me, I think it was Steven's collection, the first guy with the hat. Because when I look at fashion, I always think about the wearability, like to the consumer. And that's something that I could easily see a lot of guys wearing either together or broken. So it was something that was you could see he thought about the end user, which I think was important.
Those two looks also stood out. I had Steven and Alan as my top looks. For Alan, I scored him on the creativity very high, because when you looked at the details on the shirt, the way the panels were cut, receding into a seam, it was just perfectly done. You couldn't get any mistake in that shirt, and that's where I scored him high. Steven, I could see, as she said, more people going for that look, especially the mature crowd. That is where I think he won it, because it could be worn by mature crowd, younger. As for Alan's look, it was perfect. The mature crowd maybe would be like, maybe not. So I don't know. That's what I thought.
I also scored Shikuku really highly on the creativity part of it, and I thought the fact that she was able to execute the whole asymmetrical thing and it still falls right was quite fascinating. But then for Alan, we all liked it, but on a styling perspective, the whole outfit was just all wrong. I mean, like, the shirt was nice, but everything else was just sort of all over the place. I really didn't get a feel for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I saw Steven's look and I said boring. That's what I wrote.
Yeah.
So I could, I felt too safe, and I've seen that before. So if we had to lock down our best looks, who's the best for everyone?
Shikuku's garment was very different, and was able to pull off something sort of quite unique. Being able to do the asymmetrical look and it still falls right, which I think was quite a fit. So he scored the highest for me.
For me, Alan scored the highest, followed by Steven, then Elsie, and then Shikuku.
So wait, your favorite is Alan, right?
Yes, my
Okay.
favorite is Alan.
Mine was Alan.
Judges, do we have a winner?
Yes, we do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hello, judges.
Hey.
Hi. So that was our first men's catwalk. What did you guys think about it?
It was quite something.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
A few surprises therein. So we had a difficult time
Deciding.
evaluating and deciding. Yeah.
Okay. Did you see anything you would wear, Aloyo?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Okay. And Olive, you're a guest judge today as well. The winner of this competition will be featured in the magazine. Do you feel there's real talent here?
I think there definitely is talent. I was pleasantly surprised. So hopefully this is what everything else looks like, and I think we have a good spread coming up.
Great, that is awesome news. All right, so I think it's time. We're really eager to see who wins this one. So we'll have the designers come back in.
Designers, for this challenge, you're meant to create a casual look for men. Before we tell you the scores and reveal who's won and who's going home, we'd like to bring the models back in and hear what inspired your look. Stephen, please step forward and describe your inspiration.
What inspired me is the whole story is behind the Horn of Africa, of which we know all of us it's a place torn with the crisis. The chosen jungle to honor our soldiers, and I needed to support what they do. I try to honor them because even where there is crisis, you can see some like those jungle places. It's a place full of war. They still manage to put up their tents there. Their white patches shows like they are trying to bring peace back.
What kind of man were you dressing?
My man is going for it's a casual look on a serious deal. Maybe a business deal, and yeah, but casual deal.
I love the cargo pants. I think the shirt is safe, but it's not as casual as it's supposed to be. Thank you.
So I wanted to create a casual look for the cold season. So I wanted to create a shirt that still has a touch of African fabric in it. So I made the pocket and I put the hood fabric over here and ripped it up so that the African print can stick. And then I wanted to make a hood that can also dress like a scarf. And for the trousers, I wanted to become a bit creative and create the details that are not seen before. So I put glitter detail and zippers to make it more interesting.
Does the hood come off completely, or is it attached to the shirt?
It's attached to the shirt, so we can remove it and have it look like a scarf, and also wear it.
Okay. What fabric is it made of?
It's wool.
It's wool. Okay. It doesn't look like wool for me. Okay. Well, for me, I found it a bit. I mean, now that I look at it again, the sleeves of the shirt are a bit short, and plus there's a disconnect between the trouser and the shirt in terms of color fabric. What fabric is the shirt?
The shirt is cotton.
It's cotton. So from here it looks a bit shiny. So there's a bit of a disconnect. So I don't know. I'm all over the place with this.
I was inspired by urban architecture. So I was picturing a building with lots of glass. So I wanted to go for grays to, for cement, and with a lot of glass with a lot of reflection. So I gave this garment, lots of patterns to make the man look broader on the shoulders, giving it a more masculine look. I used lots of zips, both functional and decorative. The pants, I wanted to go for something casual, fitted, because that's what is in fashion today. And this would be one to, on any cold, chilly day. I'm thinking to the mall, just to walk around.
Now that I look at it again, it's actually not that bad, by the way. I'd really get it the first time around. What fabric is the jacket, though?
This is wool.
It's wool.
Okay.
I thought it looked a bit stiff, but it seems nice. I like the colors. I like the pants. I actually like all the pants. Like, when you guys are done, you should create men's trouser line, all of you together?
I think, basically, and I speak on my own accord, that you're making our lives very difficult when you actually explain what inspired you, because a few things are changing here.
My look was inspired by old school, vintage look. That's why I chose the colors. The top was inspired by the Chinese tops, with the Chinese collar ending at a shirt collar, this kind of side. The pants, fitted pants, and I love layering as a designer, it's my signature. That's why I went for this waistcoat. Lapels, instead of having the normal neckline, I decided to have
Okay, so for me, before you even take off the jacket, you take off the jacket my second. I think for me, this probably ranks the highest on creativity level. I can see that there's...
I created this look for the man of today. He wants to look unique, simple, with attention to detail, and also sharp. That's why I cut all these pieces. There were about 20, and I connected them all along to bring out this sharpness and the simplicity and the thing all around. Yes.
I like the details on the shirt, but for me, not more so for the color of the trousers. That sharp look of the shirt, I felt didn't go well with the zippers.
And the
For
trousers.
me, I would have preferred a trouser without zippers, because
A cleaner
a
trouser.
disconnect in design. Well, for me, I think if it didn't have the zippers, then it would have been a perfect look.
Designers, for this challenge, you're asked to create a casual look for men. We've seen your execution and listened to your defense of garments, and we have come to a conclusion. Shikuku, you're the winner for this challenge. You may leave the runway. Congratulations. In every competition, there's a winner and there's a loser. Before I announce our decision, the judges will say 1 or 2 words about your garments.
I think with Elsie's piece, I liked the idea, the creativity was there, but there was just something missing on the execution, which was sort of my biggest thing. And for Wendy, it was more about the fabric, because again, it's nice to have, there's a lot of detail, you can tell that you know what you're doing, but the fabric just felt like there was something missing. It didn't look very comfortable, very wearable. And for Steven, I liked your collection, your piece, it was actually one of my favorite, but like Diana reiterated, it was a bit too safe, very expected. And then again, your defense of it was a bit of the opposite of what it looked like, so I was not very sure about that. And Alan, I think it was more, the detail again on your outfit was fantastic, but it was more of a styling problem for me.
For me, you all scored very highly when it came to fitting. Creativity was also very high, and it's even gone higher after you explained exactly what inspired you. The fabric choice is what I had an issue with for some of the outfits that I saw today. And of course, that again affected the execution. But all in all, whoever goes home really has to find it in their hearts to forgive us, if at all. Right.
Having been here from the start, I've seen a lot of improvement. And today's challenge was very well executed. I think you improved a lot. You surprised us. The execution, the fitting, it was all good. Whoever goes home, just know you're a good designer.
The designer to go home today We will not have an elimination today. We're having quite some trouble deciding who was to go home. But this means that next week there will be a double elimination. Right? You may leave the room. Thank you.
Judges, that was quite an interesting elimination. No one went home. Was it because the stuff was really good? Olive, what was the reason? Were the designs really that good?
I think it was because being a man, it's very hard yet very simple to pull off menswear.
Okay.
Not very many people have the skill to do menswear, and I think they were able to tick all the right boxes when it comes to putting together a menswear collection. I thought they deserved enough.
Okay. All right, and Diana and Kathy, you know next time is going to be harder now because it's the last elimination and you'll have to send 2 home. How do you think that will be?
I think if we judge by today's, it's going to be very difficult because everybody has upped their game.
Yes. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. All right. Only one more elimination until the grand finale. Which 3 designers will it be? Catch us next time to find out. I'm Christine Joki, and this is the Safari Fashion Runway. Next week on Safari Fashion.
Today's challenge will require you to create a top for the SK collection range.
Her style is casual classic.
I love the fabric. I think it's beautiful, it's elegant, lovely colors. I've never worked with the kind of fabric before, but I'm sure I'll...
Okay, designers, you're going to create a second look with the same fabric.
You could see similarities in everything they did. You could see similarities, booby-like and all.